wheels came off the tracks at the Neptune Avenue station in Coney Island. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Let's get right to Fox 5's Antwan Lewis, who's live at the scene. And Antwan, this comes less than a week after another subway derailment in Manhattan.
It does, Natasha. Good evening, Steve, also, and good evening, everyone. The train is behind me. It's no longer on its side, as photojournalist Luis Torres is going to give you a look at that right now, as we also explain to you what's happening right now. Workers are still on the track, surveying the tracks, looking at that closely as part of their investigation as they now try to figure out a cause.
As we're going, turning, the train just shook and went sideways. It went up and sideways.
60-year-old Gregory Perelstein was riding in the third car when the train went off the track. MTA officials say just before 12:30 Wednesday, an F train car derailed as it pulled into the Neptune Avenue station in Coney Island.
What we believe occurred is that an emergency brake itself triggered. So if a train does derail as it did here, the emergency brake was triggered. That's what actually had the crew member get off the train to investigate what occurred.
Authorities quickly blocked off the area near Neptune and West 8th Street. 37 passengers and crew members were on board. All were evacuated safely. Best friends Elisa Gales and Sharon Kosak were headed to run errands when their smooth ride suddenly took a turn.
We didn't make it there because we heard a jolt, and I was like, oh my God, I hope that's not nothing going on with the tracks. Come to find out, the third and fourth car, the third one derailed and the fourth car is hanging on the side.
I wasn't scared or anything.
I kept her calm through the whole thing.
Gregory, describe the evacuation process for us.
It took a while, but the MTA workers came on. When they came on, tried to keep everybody calm, talking to everybody, thanking everyone, which is good.
This is the second train derailment in less than a week for the MTA. Last Thursday, an out-of-service one train collided with another train north of the 96th Street station, causing 10 cars to derail. Officials say about 300 people were on board. 24 received minor injuries. The MTA says there were no injuries with Wednesday's incident and that the investigation into what caused the derailment is underway. Evangeline Byers works for the MTA as a train conductor. She rushed to the scene after hearing what happened.
When things like this happen, they usually would send our trains out to move the train. That's what you think about. You think about, is everyone safe? Are employees safe? So that's the first thing you think about, is safety, getting home to your family.
So quickly, I want to talk about how they did the evacuation, Steve and Natasha. Apparently, even though you can't see it, they took one train and backed it up to the front end of the train, and then they took another train and approached it from the rear, and that's how they were able to get the passengers off the train. Now, let's talk about disruptions, because the F line is experiencing a lot. There is no service between Kings Highway and Coney Island, and limited service between Kings and Church Avenue. So you definitely want to check the MTA's website if you're trying to get out of this area. That's the very latest from where we are. Back inside to you.